Check this story out, y'all. This is one of the most craziest stories I have ever heard, ever seen. Check this out, right?
We met prisoner 103-9699 at the Southeast Correctional Center in Charleston, Missouri yesterday afternoon.
I'm Dean. Mike Anderson.
Nice to meet you. Mike Anderson is 9 months into a 13-year sentence for an armed robbery that took place in 1999. He should have gone to prison in 2002 after his conviction and unsuccessful appeals. But Missouri made a mistake. It forgot about him.
They said it was a clerical error.
Clerical error?
Yes.
That's the whole thing, is a clerical error?
That's what they say.
Instead of ordering Anderson to prison, the state mistakenly thought he was already there. Anderson said he waited and waited.
He's actually benefited from prison seeing you just as a number, because he was just a number. Only problem was he wasn't a number in prison.
Well, what did you think would happen as the days and weeks and months and years went by?
I had this sense in me that everything was okay. No matter what was going to happen, that everything was going to be okay. And to this day, I still have that.
If Anderson had gone to prison on schedule in 2002, he would have been released last summer. Instead, that's when the state realized it was attempting to discharge someone who'd never served his sentence. Law enforcement...
Basically, it was like, Mike? Where's Mike at? Mike Anderson. Where Mike Anderson? Like, we got Mike Anderson here. Like, I cannot. So they said, let's go look at this. They was on the computer typing up, see what Mike Anderson is. They went to his house and he was like, hello. I'm like, I think that's just crazy alone. The fact that, I mean, the guy was not hiding. He wasn't hiding. And at the end of the day, it's 100% their responsibility to lock him up. They said that he had appeals. He lost them. So it's their job to do what they're supposed to do. And they dropped the ball, not him.
Didn't have to look very hard to find him, though. During the last decade, Anderson lived life by the book. He built a home, started a business, coached football, married LaQuana, and started a family. Do you wonder how this could possibly have happened?
I think about that all the time, every day.
Anderson was rearrested last July at his home, which now he might not visit again until 2026. So, this is a unique case from your point of view.
I've never seen a case like this. No.
Tim Lomar is the current prosecutor for St. Charles County, where the armed robbery occurred. He wasn't in office then, but is puzzled by how it was handled.
My first reaction was, how did this happen? And somebody messed up.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody definitely messed up here. At this point, the guy just need to be free, because that's an extremely long amount of time for a guy just to be sitting home. And no one's going to be like, hello, it's just prison. Yeah, I want to know, are y'all ready to take me in? Are y'all ready to bring me to prison for about a decade? Because I'm ready to go to prison. Most people, when they call, make that call. So you can't blame the guy for not wanting to go to prison. He started a family, you understand, started a business, build a house. You know what I mean? My man is living his life like it's golden, knowing that, he about to do a long bid, and time just kept going on. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and knowing if he got any kind of trouble with the law, okay, they would realize what happened. But once again, it's not his fault. It's 100% their fault. So he stayed out of the eye of the law, did what he was supposed to do, which is just live his life. All right. And things continue.
Messed up big time.
Lomar says there's no question that Mike Anderson is a rehabilitated and responsible man today, but
It's very difficult for me to say we can create an exception and we can allow somebody who has found a way, whether it was by his own doing or otherwise, to not have to serve the sentence.
Anderson's attorneys have filed a motion to have him...
Why does he just say whether it was because of our own doing? You know what I mean? He says, or otherwise, saying, or our own doing, but he starts off by saying whether it's of his own doing, as if to say it was his responsibility to report, which it was not. It's their responsibility to carry out, the full rule of the law, not his responsibility. Okay, if it was someone else, they probably would just immediately say, we're going to let you go. Okay, but you can see that guy, he doesn't want that to happen. He said, we can't make an exception. You can, when you guys drop the ball, you should immediately make an exception, because at the end of the day, this is just the reality of the situation, as I always say. At the end of the day, what is prison meant for? As they say, it's meant to help you rehabilitate, make you become a better person, this and that. When the guy is literally spending that time that he should have been behind bars, all right, not behind bars, but he's not doing anything wrong, okay? And it's your fault that you let the time pass. Not his own fault, but it's your fault. All right. You should look at the guy's life and say, okay, well, are you a different person? He's coaching a football team. I think that may be the case. He was arrested. He was arrested for armed robbery. All right, and now look at what he's doing. This shouldn't have even been an issue. Okay, but look what happens.
Least arguing incarcerating him now is cruel and unusual punishment.
So his lawyer said that it was cruel and unusual punishment to arrest him again. All right.
And that the state waited too long to put him behind bars. They note that even the man who was robbed back in 1999 has said Anderson doesn't deserve imprisonment now. The state attorney general has until next week to respond, and a court could schedule a hearing next month. What do you think your chances are?
I'm a man of faith, and I believe my chances are in the hands of God, 100% favorable my way, and I have to believe.
Yeah, I don't see no reason why he wouldn't believe it, because he got this far, okay? Whether it's through faith, however it was, leaning on the Lord, however he got where he at right now, he definitely, most people will be behind bars. It's somehow, and I have heard about things like this before, people where there have been clerical errors, okay? But I mean, at the end of the day, I can see him sitting there like, look, everything gonna be all right because I got this far, okay? And he wasn't trying to fight, he wasn't trying to flee. A lot of people would just, moved to another country, got out of Dodge, as they say. He stayed there. So what can you really say about the guy? You know what I mean? Really nothing at all. Once again, no one's in a rush to go to prison, okay? He tried to appeal it, all right? Tried to stop it, all right, which cost money. He lost. So that was their job to do what they're supposed to do. And if they didn't do it, it's not his job. It's your job to wait and see what they tell you to do next, not for you to force their hand, okay, to force the state's hand. So say, look, I got faith. Everything will be okay. And I don't see any reason why he wouldn't have faith.
I can't believe anything else.
For CBS This Morning, Dean Reynolds, Charleston, Missouri.
Now let's look at this, y'all. The guy Missouri forgot to imprison for 13 years has been cleared of new different charges. Now, of course, this is an older story, okay? Do you remember Cornelius Mike Anderson, a Missouri man who was supposed to be sent to prison, only wound up being free for 13 years before the state realized it and imprisoned him after all? Well, he is back in the news, this time because he was cleared of a different and unrelated crime. First, this tells us the end of that story, okay? First, for anyone who does not remember, let us recount Anderson's story. He was convicted of armed robbery in 2000 and sentenced to 13 years in prison. We know this part. But then, due to a strange mix-up, Missouri forgot to actually put him in prison until 13 years later, when the State Corrections Department prepared to release him and realized he was never actually there. Anderson was arrested in 2013 and spent nearly a year behind bars before a judge released him last May and credited him with time served. So that's good. Okay. He didn't have to spend all that time behind bars. All right. Just 6 months later, though, Anderson was arrested and charged. A lot of people say, oh, well, look, he's a habitual criminal. He's a career criminal. He's doing another crime. Okay. Even when he's out, he's doing another crime. Not so. Just 6 months later, though, Anderson was arrested and charged with second-degree robbery for snatching a purse. He said he was innocent and that he was at a birthday party before walking to retrieve his car, reported Jessica Lesenhop of the Riverfront Times, who brought attention to Anderson's earlier story. First, in the pages, okay, let's move on, okay. This week, Anderson was again declared a free man. The robbery charge was dropped by the St. Louis Circuit Attorney because the investigation revealed questions regarding the procedures by which the victim and witness identified the suspect. All right. So we see this man is just continuing to do what he does, okay? And I just think it's outstanding at the end of the day, okay? Hopefully he's doing good right now, all right? And everything's okay with Brother Mike. But hey, I mean, what can you really say? At the end of the day, God is in control of everything, okay? We understand that. If you don't understand that, you need to understand that, okay? God made the world, put mankind on the world, made the world fit for man to live upon, put animals on the earth to help the earth, put bugs in the ground to help the ground, okay, made trees to give us air and all, oxygen, all kind of stuff, made water and all kind of things. He put it all, ordered it all, as the Bible says in Genesis, okay? At the end of the day, God is in control of everything, all right? And I believe God saw fit for this man not to be in prison all that time, okay? And it is true that, especially in the U.S., there are extreme sentences put on black men that are not put on people that are not black. It's just a fact. Okay. A white man and a black man can't commit the exact same crime, and the white man get way less time than the black man. It's just the reality. Or I heard a story when President Obama was in office, where there was a woman who I believe he released, who was put in prison since the 90s for like having like a bag of weed on her. She was put in prison for like she was given life. She was given life in prison. Okay, for having a bag of weed, for selling a bag of weed. Okay, a life in prison. All right. You think that they would put a non-black person in prison for that long? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. So thank God that God takes part in justice. Okay. And that at the end of the day, even with corrupt prison systems and all kind of stuff, God says, you know what? I know what's needed. I know what's needed for you to be rehabilitated, as they say. I know what's needed for you to become a better person, for you to leave these evil ways behind. I know what needs to be done. Sometimes it's not, spend all that time behind bars. Okay. At the end of the day. Okay. Many times people are behind bars, they realize that there's not a lot of rehabilitating going on. Okay. I know a guy, for example, that went to prison for some time, a young guy, and he said that he don't believe that prison is really meant for anybody. He said it's not a place where, at least in America, where you can really be rehabilitated the way it's designed. It only can really hurt you. He said, especially when you go to solitary, it's not really a place where you can be rehabilitated, as they say, based on what the system that they have set up. Okay. But you yourself have to do a lot to make a change. All right. Some people come out and they're better people. All right, that's true. But not all the time. They say that most of the people, over half of the people that go to prison, okay, end up going back to prison. Okay. People say, oh, well, that's because they're habitual criminals. Or it's because the system that is supposed to fix them, supposedly, doesn't do that. It's not made to do that. It's made for them to come back anyway. Okay. That's the reality. All right. Thank God people that go in churches, that go in these prisons, and there are groups that go in these different prisons to try to help people, okay, and teach people, all that kind of stuff. People that do all this tiresome work that people never see, okay, helping people that are behind bars. Thank God for all of you, okay, and I pray that God bless and keep you guys doing that work, okay, in Jesus' name. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in, okay. This is just an amazing story about what happened to this brother here. All right, thanks for watching. Also tune in to my show at the moment, Tuesday through Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay, on my YouTube channel, Brother Winston. Okay, make sure to tune into that. We have people commenting on there. You can leave comments, come be a guest on the show. We have a lot of fun on that show. Okay, read the word, do a lot of fun stuff. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you like this video, make sure to share this video. Hit the like button. It'll help the video be seen more. Please hit the like button. That really helps. And subscribe to the channel if you like this content. It's your boy, Brother Winston, back at it again. Peace.